Heath, and this is Attack from Down Under. Today I'm just going to give you kind of a update on everything that I'm thinking about in the music world. So one of the big things for me is I'm going to go to a concert next month. I'm going to see an Australian thrash band called Mortal Sin. They're going to be playing in New Zealand for the first time. Really excited to go to that concert. I'm going to be seeing them together with their support band, which is a New Zealand band called Bullet Belt. Mortal Sin are celebrating release of their first album, which is Mahimic Destruction. Just a fantastic landmark Australian metal album. I've been streaming one of their other albums, just really difficult to find, and it's their 2011 album called Psychology of Death. I've just been streaming that heaps in preparation for going to that concert. That's a really good album. I'd never heard it before. I'm hoping they play some tracks from that, because that album's like one that's just growing in my estimation. It's their most recent album, and if you can stream Spotify, check that one out. So also, like I said, supporting them is the New Zealand band, which is Bullet Belt. This album I've shown many times on my channel, Burn It Up. Great album. And this is their latest album. I've shown this heaps in my videos. So I'm just excited to hear some songs from this album live. And that gig is just gonna rip the roof off the venue. I'm really looking forward to that one. So what I also want to show you today is some Japanese only releases that I've picked up that I'd like to show you. Very excited to show you what I've found. The first, I did not kind of realize what I first bought. I got this from a local seller. I've bought some Japanese albums from him before. They're always in perfect condition, and what I do is, if it's something I really want, generally when the end of his auction, it's the auction site, when it generally comes up, I'm at work, so I just put in a bid and hope I may get it. This time I came up trumps, so that's really good, and it is a official, highly sought after compilation, released only in Japan and Hong Kong, and it's called the Other Side of Ozzy Osbourne. So what I actually thought that I was bidding on was, I didn't pay it a huge amount of attention. I thought I was bidding on this one here, which is the Speak of the Devil. I think that's 2 LPs there, came out in Japan. And what that is like a compilation of Ozzy Osbourne. He's covering all the old Black Sabbath tracks. Just sort of a thing to introduce himself to, listeners over there. Instead, what I actually got was a very rare B-side compilation of Ozzy's early solo work. So, it's sort of taking rare stuff from those albums there that we all know. So 5 tracks that feature guitar legend Randy Rhoads. So included in this LP, you've got 3 little mini posters, and there's a really nice one there of Randy Rhoads. So you've got 3 live tracks from him and 2 really rare outtakes. So you, where is it up there? You looking at me, looking at you is an outtake from Blizzard of Oz sessions, and it just has some just awesome guitar there from Randy. The second track, You Said It All. That was never properly recorded in the studio, so if you want that concert take from there, it's the only thing that exists. And also you've got another 3 really good live Randy tracks there. So this thing is in excellent condition, and all the 3 posters are there. I'll show you the other 2 posters that came with it. You've got a second one is the Ozzy Osbourne mini poster. The third one is a Jakey Lee one. So that he was like Randy's replacement after Randy's passing. And on the album, you've got some tracks from him. You've got What Up the B-side there. I guess that's not B-side of the album, it's probably backside. And just a brilliant version of Bark at the Moon starts that off really cool. So I'll show you the vinyl. It is an official release. Yeah. On Jet. So I looked at that on Discogs. Not a lot of people that have it. There's quite a bunch of people that would like to have it. It's over the $100 New Zealand mark for it. I got it for $40, so that was absolute bargain. And now it's my jewel in the crown of my Aussie collection. I've just got a bunch of the studio albums. So okay, still staying with Japanese releases. Metal Church. Now I mentioned in one of my previous videos that I was waiting on a CD of Metal Church's latest album, Dead to Rights. Well, my order got cancelled for that CD, and you know, it just happened that a lot of my CD orders have been cancelled. I don't know why, but that really pissed me off, to say the least. But you know, I kind of expected it, because in the last few days I had a few orders cancelled. But lucky for me, my son was over in Japan doing a backpacker type thing, and I asked him to bring me, see if he could find this Japanese version for me. There it is there. It's got the same cover. Got a nice little obi strip there. Comes with it. He bought this back. So that kind of fits in like there. That. Booklet, I think wouldn't probably differ much from other versions. The band there. But what sort of differentiates it this Japanese edition from the other editions. It's got an exclusive Japanese only track, and that is Coming For You down there. It's a song. So Coming For You is kind of a bit like if you've listened to the song My Wrath on here. The song My Wrath on is only, I think, on CD versions, because all the vinyl versions I've checked out don't have it on it. But My Wrath is a great sort of song. You'll feel my wrath type thing. And that's what Coming For You is sort of about. I'm coming for you, you bastards type song. Just as good as My Wrath, in my opinion. And also with this Japanese version, you've got, I think this is an interview with Kurt Vanderhoof. Yeah, it's all in Japanese. So, that's a track listing, but that is a interview, I think, with Kurt. And I'll show you the CD. Go. So yeah, I had to go to great lengths to get this, but I'm really happy that this is in my collection. The best bonus track I've heard, I think, is on the American version, which is Blood and Water, which is a really good song. I really like that. It's a complete nightmare if you're trying to collect all the bonus material, because there's a European edition of this album that's got a bonus track that I have not heard. I've just heard the other two. But yeah, Blood and Water is a great song. Last thing to show you that my son bought back for me, I got this t-shirt. He knows I'm into my samurai movies and anything to do with like early era Japanese warfare, so he got me this shirt. It's got a massive battle scene on the back, which is really cool. So there you go. There. Okay, so that's all the Japanese stuff. I have previously mentioned in some of my other videos that I'm trying to collect all the 12-inch singles from one band. I'm getting there slowly, and that is Iron Maiden. So I found this one up for sale and grabbed it, and this is the 12-inch single for Be Quick or Be Dead from 1992 Iron Maiden album Fear of the Dark. So I thought this was like maybe a song about who's the quickest gunslinger on the draw type thing, but going further into it and reading the lyrics on here, it's a song. It's basically a political song about banking scandals. You've got Eddie with his hands around the throats of Robert Maxwell. And there, if you don't know Robert Maxwell, Google it, and his daughter's in the news as well. So that song is co-written by Yannick Gears. He gets his first songwriting credit on here. Go. You got, of course, Be Quick or Be Dead. The B-side has like a blues number, Nodding Donkey Blues. And then there's a cover of the Montrose song Space Station Number 9. There's a hidden spoken word track called Bayswater Ain't a Bad Place to Be. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of these ones where the band members try and do comedy, but that's sort of what it is. Just Bruce sort of makes fun of the band's manager. But there you go, finally got that. And I'll show you the vinyl. Go. Okay, so the next album I will show you is some Canadian speed metal, a band from Ottawa, their fourth album from '86 on Music for Nations, and that is Exciter. And the album is Unveiling the Wicked. Very cool front cover. Some people think it's a bit cheesy. I don't know why. I absolutely love it. I would buy it just for this cover, only because it's got like a connection to the sci-fi series V. It's all about aliens coming to Earth, and they look completely normal on the outside, but when the skin comes off, the reptilians, aliens. Yeah. Just to make the takeover of Earth look more palatable, they look like us, but they're not. They're reptilians. Reptilians. I kind of suspect that there are reptilians around. I think Kim on the This Is Metal channel is most likely a reptilian, like this one here. The skin, when the skin comes off, you know, underneath, you've got one of these creatures. I'll show you the vinyl. If you want to out any YouTubers that you think are reptilians, that's perfectly fine in the comments. And you go, Music for Nations. What number is this? Number 61. Really cool. Just some great guitar solos from Brian McVie. And so far I've spun it a couple times, and you know, Break Down the Walls. Just the tracks that start off each side have stood out for me, and Invasion, Waiting on the Dark. Yeah, I hate school rules. You know, that's kind of embarrassing. You know, it's kind of a song for the kids. But great one for the collection. And another one I picked up from the same seller. He's a supporter of my channel. Rick, thank you, sir. This was one that I have been wanting for forever. I wanted to get an original. I have a reissue, but you know, if you love an album, it's just not the same. Really wanted to get my own early copy of Savatage's Hall of the Mountain King from 1987. You know, this album means a lot to me. Big lover of Savatage. They're just got so many great songs, and it really flows this really well, this album. Speed metal, whatever you, speed metal, power metal, whatever you like to call it, melodic. I love it. Strange Wings, 24 Hours Ago, just something I love to play. I'll show you the vinyl. Really nice condition as well. Sounds fantastic. On Atlantic. and he's also put it in the nice anti-static sleeves, you know, class touch there, sir. Happy to pay for that. So not long ago, I also picked up from Savatage their album Gutter Ballet. It was kind of in a rough condition. I cleaned it up, had a skip on both sides. One of the skips I've managed to fix, and it plays fine. The second skip, it's getting there. Sometimes it skips, sometimes it doesn't on that. So I picked up that as well. Kind of fixed the problems with that vinyl. So that was really cool. Yep, so showing quite a lot of Canadian content here. I've been looking through my analytics, and I've got lots of people that support my channel from Canada, so yeah, shout out to them. And gosh, what other parts of the world watch my channel? I've got some New Zealand viewers, which is cool, so I've shown some New Zealand stuff, I've shown some Australian stuff, I've shown some Japanese only releases, I've shown some UK stuff. I'm just covering all my bases here. I actually saw that I had some Russian viewers, so I do have some Russian releases of other artists, so maybe I should throw that in my next video. Who knows? So that's cool. Shout out to you guys. If you just watch my channel, you know, just say where you're in the comments where you're from. That'd be cool. Right, next, more Canadian content. Lee Aaron, Canadian rock metal singer. Now, she had a bit of a success in the 80s and 90s. Picked up one of her albums. So this is an 84 reissue of her first album, The Lee Aaron Project. Totally different cover than that. Like I say, they reissued it. I thought this was like a shield there when I first saw a small picture of it, but stupidly, just looking there, I don't know if you can see that, she's got a big tarantula spider in her hand, and that's actually a web. She's wearing a web costume. I did not take that all in until I got this album. Cool there, and then she's on a bike. Cool stuff. And this album is on Polydor label. I also picked up her second album, arguably more popular, and that is Metal Queen. Came out in 84. There you go, she's looking fantastic there. I've never found this to buy except for one shop that's got it, wants too much for it. So I got this for a really good price, immediately picked it up. It's in very good condition. But yeah, she's saying on here for the title track Metal Queen that she's the Metal Queen. I think her and Doro need to fight it out for that title. You know, they need to do, I don't know, have not a cage fight, but maybe sing or something, you know, sing out their greatest hits to see finally establish who is the Metal Queen in the metal community. But yeah, this Lee Aaron, their cool cover. And what have we got here? We got on guitars, John Albani there. He's got a killer moustache on there. Is he trying to look like Tony Iommi? I don't know. I used to have a neighbour that had a stash like this, and here looking very severe, and also had a school teacher like that. It's not so common now. I think it might have been just an 80s thing to look like that, I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to give this album more listens. I'll show you the vinyl. on big time. I think Rick Emmett from Triumph had a hand in producing some of her music. So anyway, that's it. I'm going to let you go after this. I've just wanted to show you what I've got coming in at the moment after a month, and what music I'm going to be going to see some live gigs and things like that. You know, you shouldn't be watching my video. You should be watching the Soccer World Cup and things like that. You know, this is what it's all about. It's not all about these dickhead politicians that rule our countries. It's all about the things that really matter, and that is this cool music and football. So just ignore all that other rubbish and, you know, concentrate on what really matters. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys hopefully in another one of my videos. So goodbye.